Hello everybody and welcome back to the Chassis Variant Series, myself Critical Rocket, and here we are with the Viper H. Now this is a much more upgunned variant of it compared to what you saw with the Viper E. This one is a no-nonsense, straightforward energy boat. It comes with 2 heavy mediums, 2 ER mediums, and 2 small pulse, I believe it is. If it isn't small pulse, it's ER small, something like that. Small pulse, yeah. It's supposed to come with an AMS system. I did forget the AMS system. That is my bad. I was wondering why I had a little bit of extra tonnage, but it's alright. That's no biggie. Obviously, a lot of people will either remove or add them, depending on what they want more of anyway. But yeah, I did miss out the AMS, but that's it. The weapons are correct, at least. So, this is a straightforward, medium-range brawling mech. Still retains the same high speed of the Viper, but now comes with a much stronger punch. However, being it's got heavy mediums, it's also incredibly hot. It does tend to overheat very quickly, and thus you have to use it as a kind of striking mech. Similar in theory to how the Commando is run, with the idea of you charging in at full speed, taking a shot, and getting back around some cover, cooling off a little, and then running back in and taking a shot at an enemy. So it's a lot more fun. I do like the Viper H. Obviously, the reason it wasn't in the game originally is because it was, I believe the Viper was released, yes it was, before the Civil War update. So, weapons like heavy lasers were not available to the clans, and those certain builds like this were not really on the table for PGI when they bought the mech pack up for sale. I mean, it comes back to that discussion really, doesn't it? Would people be willing to pay for sort of like extra like variant packs? I'm sure PGI's probably looked at it in the past with the idea of being able to pick up some of the missing variants of mechs that use some of this later tech. I think they could do it if they gave it a little more flavour. For instance, if you announced a variant pack for say the Viper, and it came with all the ones that could be made using the current tech that's available in the game, and it came with say some new skins, unique skins. I'm not talking about existing camo patterns, I'm talking about ones that would be new, that you can apply them to all Viper variants that you own. It comes with maybe some official Battletech themed colour schemes as well, so you can have them like, say, Alpha Galaxy, Beta Galaxy, that kind of thing of a specific clan. It comes with all the clan decals of that unit, so you can have their logos and stuff on the mechs in the correct spaces and all that. Maybe even have some of them with some unique geometry. I think you could get away with it like that. Flat out just, here's 3 variants that we never added originally, is obviously not going to sell, and I understand people turning that away. But the idea, I think, of being able to sell extra variants officially with some bonus cosmetics like that, and maybe some slight changes, I think would work, as well as the price not being too high. I'm talking maybe like light mech pack price, $15. I know that might be I don't know if that's putting too much strain on the art team, because I don't know how big their art team is, but it's the only way that I could really see them selling variants for already existing mechs in the game, because I understand the pricing structure around the base, sort of, you know, the pack when it comes out, and oh, it's a whole new model, new textures, blah blah blah, all this, that, and the other. But yeah, existing ones, you got to come out with a slightly different way, haven't you? So I don't know. Maybe there's a better route. Let me know. Let me know in the comments. This mech, I really like. Actually, I really like this variant. I'm keeping this one on the Viper that I modified to make this, because it's a good punch, as I said. It's nice because Omnimechs are great in that respect in MechWarrior Online, because you can make some of these official builds, and a lot of the inherent design sort of features of those mechs remain intact, like the engine size. So if it's a fast mech, it's always a fast mech, but it's got a really, really good weapon setup, or it's very agile because it's got a lot of jump jets, or it has very good armor regardless, and it's just literally you're just sort of swapping the weapons around. That's the beauty of Omnimechs, was that's why you had the Omnipod space, was it allowed the pilots to know the capability of the machine, and then they could tailor the machine with different Omnipod packages to make it more effective. Although it's not quite as... Omnipods don't work in lore like they do in MechWarrior Online and previous MechWarrior games, where you could take the A arm and the B leg and the C torso and all that stuff. You can't really do that. Or at least it's heavily implied that clan pilots would take the A configuration, because they know they're going into an urban environment and that's what the A version is good at, or they're going to take the D version because they love the D. Now, because they like long-range combat, they're going to take the the C variant because that's a good scout variant or a support variant. That's what most clan pilots would do. Now I know obviously within BattleTech's own rules, as long as a GM looks at it and accepts that this is a build I've made and I've used this, that, and the other, and you come up with an in-character reason why this is happening, and the GM's like, oh, that's fine, yeah, okay, you built that, I'm good with this, blah blah blah. You sure you have the ability to do this? Yeah, you do. You have the rank and all that. That's fine. That's cool. It's the same within the CMX. It's like I think that's just going on to the conversation, because a few people have asked me this in the past about custom builds in BattleTech tabletop. It's a mix of will the GM agree to your build that might have a shit ton of machine guns and some pulse lasers? And if they do, you as a player then need to have the means to be able to have a tech team who are familiar with your build, know how to repair that, know how it's changed, because you can't just take this to a different mech lab on a different system and expect the technicians to know exactly what it is when they're fixing up your mech, because they're going to be like, what the fuck is this? This is some kind of unique thing, we don't know this. This is going to take longer, it's going to cost way more to get this up to snuff. There's an edit there because there was a lot of us just chasing around the last mech. It's Conquest, folks, there's always one. So yeah, that kind of thing, you need to have a mech team that know what the fuck it is they're working on. If you don't, it's going to take longer, it's going to cost you more. That's why you don't get a lot of custom mechs in BattleTech compared to MechWarrior Online and MechWarrior games where it's just, hey, you go crazy. Anyway, I'm going to run to the outro. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you have a good week. That was quite fun. I did enjoy the Viper. Try it out yourself if you haven't tried it out. It's a good mech. And next week it'll be the Warhammer 2Cs. I'm going to go through those variants, and yeah, we'll be back onto the medium mechs then, and getting through the cicadas. So if you enjoyed this, well, I hope you did. If not, oh well, never mind. Have a good one. Bye.